the brain dead situation with this Mast continues. We've got phone looking antennas on top, but those are for the new emergency services system, which isn't turned on now. It was turned on for a while and it blotted out what little phone coverage we had by walking up the fields a bit, so I got them to turn it off, and surprisingly they agreed after denying it could do it for us so long. And things are vaguely happening. They've got planning to add a section on the top of this mast with another tier of antennas which will be actual phone, and to accommodate the equipment they're going to have cabinets in the compound which will vaguely resemble this green one here, which is just a meter box. There's a meter in there. And what else is, well, they've got permission to lay a new power cable to it, which will go out onto the field over there, nearly to where that blue tub is, if you can see it, and then down diagonally, which is exactly where the existing power comes from. So they're going to have two power supplies. Presumably the existing one can't cope with two masts, which is interesting because it should be able to carry 15 kVA, and they're really using more than 15 kVA. It makes one hell of a noise. I wasn't really complaining, I was just saying, why does it have to be so noisy? All these fans and things going all the time, it isn't even making all that noise, it isn't even turned on. It's running, but it's not live. All that's running on this mast is the airwaves antennas, which is the lower thin ones, which were on a smaller pole before, so they spent about £1 million on it, I should think, one way or another, and there's no real difference to what's on it at the moment. But the way things are going, I wouldn't be at all surprised if funding for this upgrade to carry mobile phone never happens, because here we basically have no phone signal, although you don't have to go far to get one. In fact, depending on weather conditions, but you can even sometimes get one stood here, a weak one, enough to make your phone ring, but you'll lose the signal if you pick it up, sort of. So you can't make any sense out of them. They just give random dates and things when things might happen. And other issues, I'm not really blaming the guy who did the wall, in case he's watching, but the wall, it has a fence on the inside tight against it. So if a stone is dislodged by the cows rubbing their bums on it, you can't sort of push it back, because you'd have to basically take half the wall down to get to it. It shouldn't have the fence on the inside. If they're going to have a fence, it should have been on the outside. And as a result, the wall is in a complete state of disarray. It's leaning heavily on the post and net fence inside, which I can show you. But it would have fallen down, so it's resting on the net. And you see that, I'll just make it a bit brighter. See it now. And you can also hear this din coming out of this. That's the nearest cabin making all this racket. And there isn't even anything turned on in there. Well, it's turned on, but it's not doing anything. But why does it have to be so loud? Can they not have a quiet fan? And yeah, the mast itself, I mean, okay, it's taller. It's a very sort of lightweight construction, and this green colour, to be honest, I might prefer the greeny brown, more like khaki, but it is quite effective at helping to camouflage it, except for you see it as a silhouette. So when you say when it breaks the skyline, it's more obvious. But there's been no objections about increasing the height. That sailed straight through. Well, they didn't actually technically have to apply for planning permission. They said it would be permitted development or whatever, because it's not a significant enough change, which is quite amusing. When the original application for this went in, they said they wanted 20 metres, and that would have done this new system. But the National Park says, ooh, that's a bit tall, could it be 17.5? So I said, oh, okay then. And now they've immediately approved another 5 metres on top of it. So 2.5 metres higher than the original plan. So what was the point of all that? Everybody involved has to stick their oar in and cause delays. Because really, nobody wants to do it. They'd much rather not do it. As far as I can tell. So at every stage, delays, extra costs are piled in. And 3 years on, since this was first about to start, we still have no mobile cover, which was the only reason that I said they could do it. And all that's on that now is what was on it before, airwaves on the original system.